Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? Imagine your 73-year-old grandmother is at a assisted living facility, and you find out that while there, she was in a dementia fight club, squabbling other residents. Yeah, fam, this is one of the wildest cases I've ever come across. This happened back in 2019, just prior to the pandemic, but it's just now coming across my desk, and I had to cover it, fam, because I'm really passionate about these type of things. The elderly I hold dear to my heart because they put the work in and they came before us, they paved the way. And so I really have a strong disdain for elderly abuse. Let's go through this story right quick. North Carolina assisted living facility workers accused of running dementia resident fight club. They are the uncivilized mutts. Check them out. 3 employees at a North Carolina assisted living facility were arrested after police said they ran a fight club with elderly residents with dementia battling it out against each other. The women were accused in court documents of watching, filming, and even encouraging a fight between a 70-year-old woman and a 73-year-old woman at the Danby House assisted living and memory care facility in Winston-Salem. Marilyn McKey, Tonacia Tyson, and Tanisha Jordan were each charged with assaulting disabled persons, according to the reports. Winston-Salem police announced their arrest Friday following an investigation into a June complaint of elder abuse at the facility. When you're talking about someone who can't take care of themselves, we've got to give specific attention to that, Lieutenant Gregory Dorn told Fox 8. Documents from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services show that during the filming of the fight, one of the combatants were heard yelling, "Let go, help me, let go," as McKey, Tyson, and Jordan continued to watch, the Winston-Salem Journal reported. According to the documents, at some point, one of the staffers told the residents to stop screaming, the paper reported. Danby House said in a statement that McKey, Tyson, and Jordan were fired in June when managers were alerted to the situation. Additional staff training and a more rigorous vetting process for all new and existing employees at Danby House have been implemented, the statement said. I'm not buying it. You know why? Because all of that should have been implemented. You dig what I'm saying, fam? People should have already been vetted, right? All of that's supposed to be cleared well before you allow these uncivilized mutts employment and an opportunity to harm innocent people. These mutts, I'm sure, did not stop with elderly abuse. I'm sure they're just abusive people. And I use the word people very cautiously because it takes an uncivilized mutt to do something like that. Look, those people are already in a bad position. They've lived most of their life out. And now they're in a position where they cannot take care of themselves. So they rely on the staff at Danby House to take care of them, to aid, to assist, to look after them, to keep them safe. And these uncivilized must have started a dementia fight club for their entertainment. They want to see elderly people harm each other. These are people who are already fragile. An elderly person could fall break a hip and be dead in 2 days. If they get pneumonia, I mean, they could fall and break a hip, get pneumonia, and they out of here just like that. And these uncivilized mutts, they made these women fight for their own amusement. That ain't cool, man. That ain't cool at all. And you know what? I bet you they got kids. I bet you they got kids. And I bet you somebody laying up with them. I bet you somebody laying up in bed with these uncivilized mutts. And I bet you they give everybody that come into their space hell. I bet you everybody who's ever had any close connection to them have all experienced nothing but hell. Nursing homes are extremely scary places to be. I know I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm shooting it out. They try to take me to one. I'm shooting it out. I'm not going to no nursing home. I'm not doing nursing home. I've seen way too many situations where people in nursing homes get taken advantage of. I have had a few times where I've visited nursing homes of loved ones where loved ones were there. And the idea was to try to go as often as possible, talk to the people, talk to the staff, ask questions, try to build some type of rapport so that they know that this person right here has people that actually love him, that actually love her. You did? Because when they know that you have family and you're constantly being checked up on, they're less likely to abuse you. But it does not completely stop abuse, especially if your loved one cannot talk, cannot speak clearly, right? That can get really, really touchy. Now, if your loved one is still able to master verbal communication, you might be in a good place, especially if you're visiting. But it really does take a lot of effort on behalf of the entire family. I've visited nursing homes where you may have a person who don't have any family, and that person don't get any visits unless I went to visit. And I've also been to nursing homes where a person may not have any family, but because that person contributed so much to society, they have friends, they have coworkers and people that they've been associated with over time, and they get visits all the time. Same thing with family members who have been good to their family. They get visits all the time. Then you get that family member who was aloof, that family member who was mean-spirited, nobody really liked, and they are in there. They've never gotten a visit. The only time they get a visit is when the doctor come through. They checking on them. They're trying to make sure they have the right person and the money is still coming in. But man, it's really lonely for those type of people. And I don't feel nothing for them. Like if you live your life, you get all the way to 75, 80, 85, 90 years old, and you in one of those assisted care facilities, and you don't have anybody coming to see you because you were evil. Now, it could happen even if you're good to people. So let me put that out there. But in most cases, it happens when people have not been really, really righteous. They have not been good, have not done good by family. And they get everything that they had been looking for all of that time. You get those family members who was aloof. You get those family members who just did their own thing. They didn't want nothing to do with family. Or when they did, it was always some negative stuff. Now they reaping what they sowed. And that's cold-blooded, but I don't feel anything for them. That's why you got to, treat people right. Do good by people. Again, it don't guarantee that people will do good by you. But in my experience, mostly when I've seen people who end up in assisted care facilities and they've been good to people, they've been good specifically to their family, family is always pulling up. If you, such coming, such leaving, such just came through, such just left. You know, like it's damn near family reunion because that's where everybody meet up at. Sometimes you see people that you ain't seen in a long time because that person got a lot of support, and it works. But to see or to know that these people, those elderly people were treated in the way that they were treated by these uncivilized mutts. Oh man, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. You got to be the devil's advocate to do something like that. And here's the thing. They're not the only, well, ain't no way that those three were the only ones who knew about that fight club. Ain't no way that they're the only three staffers who knew. And on top of that, I can guarantee you, if they searched those phones, and they probably did, they would have found those fights on that phone because they uncivilized mutts and they want to show off. They're seeking attention, and I'm sure they filmed it. And that means that other people knew besides staffers. I bet you whoever had the courage to lay up with them or the ignorance to lay up with them, I bet you they knew too. Guarantee you. This is absolutely horrible, fam. This is horrible. This is why when it came to my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my aunts, we take them in. We take them in. Like, it's so many of us. When you got a big family, man, I don't care what that condition is, you should be able to live with a family member. And I know sometimes, you know, we got our lives, everybody got their thing, but there's always, if you got a large family, there's always a way to have that person living with a relative or even living in their own home and having a relative come through often or even perhaps even live with them. You know, sometimes they, you know, it's whatever, but in most cases, if you got a large family and you purport to love that family member, there ain't no way you're supposed to have that family member in an assisted care facility, because I can guarantee you they don't love them and they ain't gonna treat your family like you gonna treat them. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining. Till next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.